Thank you very much, Gennady, and it's a pleasure to be with you this afternoon. We have a chance to talk a little bit about the FINA development program and to let you know both the current elements of the program as well as those that are planned for the future. And I know that development is a key effort for many of the federations around the world, and that there are a variety of resources from which you can gather opportunities to help athletes, coaches, officials, and administrators in your federation. Let me go through some items related to the development program and help you better understand both the program and how it operates. First, we have a development commission. It's made up of the 5 vice presidents of FINA as well as the executive director. I pay special commendation to our president, President Maglione, who has really been a stalwart, has been very supportive of development, not only during his term as president since 2009, but throughout his career with FINA. Development has been at the top of his list, and he's been very supportive of everything we've tried to do. And so my special thanks to President Maglione, in addition to my colleagues on the FINA Development Commission. As Gennady has mentioned to you earlier, I'll go briefly through what our goals of the program are, but you know, the mission of development is really threefold: to try to increase participation, to enhance promotion of the sport worldwide, and to create opportunities for greater success in all 5 disciplines throughout the world. The goals, Gennady has mentioned a little bit to you earlier, and so I'll skip through those. The principles of our program are relatively simple, 7-fold plus one other guiding principle for us. First, we look in the development program at making sure that we're trying to do something in all 5 FINA disciplines. So it's not just swimming, but it is the other 4 disciplines that we've been familiar with over the years, and to make sure that we are doing significant programs in all 5. Additionally, it's to do programs on all 5 continents, because there are developmental needs everywhere worldwide. Some continents need greater support and greater different types of support, but we recognize that there are federations on all 5 continents that need that support. The third has been the recognition that development needs to be tailored for the specific continents, and to make sure that we recognize the geographic differences of, say, Oceania and the vast expanse in the Pacific Ocean, and then the tight geographic proximity in Europe, very different circumstances, but also to have consistency in the program. So we want to recognize the individual differences largely created by geography, but we also want to make sure that there is consistency in the program, and there aren't really 5 different programs that we operate with. As you heard last night from Per Moreau, there is a strong emphasis on using non-FINA sources also. The FINA program is meant to be complementary with other programs, in particular the IOC program. You heard last night from Senor Moreau that about $5 million over the past 4 years has gone to development efforts for FINA, and that's a significant amount of resources in addition to the FINA programs, and everything again that we do needs to be complementary and to use all of the resources available. When we have programs that include coaches and officials, we want to use the very best. We want to use those individuals who have the most experience, who are the best instructors, who have the most commitment to helping others around the world. And so the idea is to make sure it's the best who are teaching those who want to learn the most. We've had tremendous administrative support from the FINA office. You'll hear a little bit later from Clarence Perez, but certainly Executive Director Cornel Marculescu has been fantastic in his ability to make sure that the administration of the program goes forward in a good way, but also has the amount of transparency and accountability that needs to take place. And also we want to use technology and make sure that we're using techniques that don't always require that people do things face-to-face, that they do things in the same room, that we can use the internet, we can use other forms of technology. The last is a guiding principle for us after these 7, and that is to try to make sure that everything we do well, and then to add more to the program. But I think our philosophy has been the worst thing we can do is to try to do too much and fail. And so the idea for us is to do a number of things well, and to add to that program, and to add to the program, and to continue to augment the program in future years, and try to do everything that we do as well as we can do it, and hopefully not have failures that cause you to lose confidence in the development program and its ability to help you. We have 4 target audiences for the development program. The first are leaders and administrators, those who serve as either presidents or secretary generals in particular, but also board members and key individuals who are the administrative leaders within federations. Those could be volunteers and elected leaders. They can be staff or paid personnel, but those who are administering programs in your federations. The second are judges, officials, and referees. You know, it's the most important thing we do is to make sure that the officials who are involved at World Championships and Olympic Games, but certainly also at Continental Championships and National Championships, are both competent and have a high degree of integrity, because both of those are necessary elements of an excellent program. Third, we want to make sure we have significant programs for coaches, again in all 5 disciplines, because it's important to make sure that those who have the most impact on athletes, who have the most direct day-to-day impact on the pool deck with athletes, those coaches who need support and need the additional education and training receive that and receive it in a consistent way. And last, we want to make sure that athletes are a significant part of the program. You all have responsibilities within your national federations to make sure that athletes have great competitive opportunities. And FINA doesn't want to do anything that interferes with either your right or your ability to do that well. But we do want to make sure that there are programs for athletes that assist them, especially to be able to go to competitions that might otherwise be not affordable for them to do so. Let me tell you a little bit about each of the 4 areas and what we're doing, and then we'll take a look at the 2012, 13, and 14 programs to make sure that you know exactly what we're doing today and what we plan to do tomorrow. We really look at 4 basic elements of the program for leaders and administrators. The first is a FINA Sport Administrators course. And as you'll see, this is a course that we'll institute for the first time and really helps to provide training for presidents and secretary generals of national federations. We want to help their management skills and in a general way, and also to make sure that they're able to administer programs across all 5 disciplines and to do those in a way that provides great results for athletes and other constituencies within their federation. The second is a management initiatives program, and this is a program in which there will be individuals who will come to national federations for a period of likely 3 to 6 months and provide side-by-side help to national federation administrators and leaders. We understand the benefits of federation presidents and secretary generals going elsewhere to learn, but we also understand the benefit of having programs in which experienced administrators come and work day to day, side by side, deal with the issues that are important, and to do that in a responsive, proactive way every day. This convention is meant to provide opportunities for National Federation leaders to have a greater amount of education. And as you heard earlier this morning, this convention took place for the first time in 2010 in Uruguay, and will take place in 2014 in Qatar, and on a 2-year basis going forward. And lastly, at the Punta del Este conference 2 years ago, put forward a development handbook which provides a great deal of resources specifically for national federation leaders, for presidents, secretary generals, and those who serve on boards. So those are the 4 basic programs that we put forward for national federation leaders and administrators. The second for judges, referees, and officials, whichever they may be called in the different disciplines. You heard again a good deal about FINA clinics, if you heard Mr. Marculescu this morning. In this past year, in 2012, we had 95 clinics worldwide that took place across all 5 continents. And so it's a very active program to make sure at certainly a basic level that officials, referees, and judges across all 5 disciplines have a chance to learn and to get greater education and training so that they can, again, move through the continuum of officiating on through the Olympic Games. We have FINA schools now in all 5 disciplines. When I stood before the group 2 years ago, I think we had 3 disciplines that were covered, and now all 5 have FINA schools for officials, referees, and judges. That's an important development because this is the next level. These are the individuals who are going to be the ones put forward by federations to serve on FINA lists, that are going to be the officials who are most likely to go forward and be eligible to serve not only at your Continental Association championships, but at World Championships, other important FINA events that are annual, as well as the Olympic Games. We have worldwide seminars for officials. We'll talk a little bit about the one we did in Tokyo through the generosity of the Japan Swimming Federation earlier this year, but there are opportunities for us to bring together the top officials in the world, usually those on the FINA list, as well as those who may participate as officials in the Olympic Games or World Championships, and make sure there's consistency of understanding of FINA rules and the application of them. And then there are a variety of manuals and handbooks that are available for officials, that are available through the FINA office to help in the administration of events and other elements of the officiating functions. For coaches, again, FINA clinics. This is the base level. We have 3 levels of basic, intermediate, and advanced within the coach clinics within federations. But this is meant to be the first opportunity for coaches to get education that is going to lead them to be able to have greater skills and bring athletes to higher levels of development. We have a single coach certification course now in swimming. We will add diving in 2013. And the goal is to have coach certification programs in all 5 disciplines within the next several years. So today, swimming coaches, in 2013, diving coaches, and the remaining 3 disciplines in years to come. There will be this program began in 2005 with the Montreal World Championships and has continued and really provides the opportunity for every FINA federation to send its athletes to the World Championships and be able to compete and continue their progress. Training camps for universality athletes, those athletes who do not have qualification times. Do the first of those this summer in Barcelona, where a training camp for athletes without qualifying times will be able to train together with their coaches, but also with master coaches in Barcelona, and allow them to feel some of the camaraderie with others from developing federations within their continent and worldwide, but also for their coaches and for the athletes to have an opportunity to learn and develop with other master coaches in the period of time before the World Championships. And then a variety of scientific programs for the first time in Shanghai. Some of you are aware we did both biomechanic analysis and underwater videotape analysis of athletes who did not have qualifying times, a program specifically for universality athletes last summer in Shanghai, and that'll continue again with every athlete having a chance for biomechanic analysis in Barcelona in 2013. Okay, good. The last three I'll just go through relatively quickly, but the 2012, 2013, and 2014 programs to really emphasize for you again the incremental nature of what we do. That what we do, we want to build upon, we want to do more, we want to do better, but we want to do whatever we do in a very professional and a very first-rate way. All of the programs that are part of 2012, the clinics for coaches, a certification program right now for coaches in swimming, clinics for officials, judges and referees, our schools for officials, referees, and judges, the convention that takes place here, the gold medal clinic that took place in the couple of days before this convention, and then the World Swimming Officials Seminar, which took place in Tokyo in April of 2012. Those are our current programs and the things that took place in 2012. In 2013, the additional elements, and again, this is in addition to those things that we're already doing and have done previously. Sport Administrator course, we're going to have for the first time in Barcelona, Sport Administrator course to help Federation Presidents and Secretary Generals to have an educational program in Barcelona that allows them to learn and be trained by, again, some of the most experienced Federation leaders from around the world. The coach certification program will expand to diving. Swimming only at this point in 2012, will expand to diving in 2013. We'll continue to have the travel and accommodation support for athletes and other officials going to Barcelona. So I mentioned the training camp and also the biomechanic analysis and underwater filming that will take place in Barcelona. So a very active program in Barcelona. In Barcelona, we'll have opportunities for athletes with biomechanic analysis, as well as their ability to have the underwater videotape, and we will have additional courses for the national administrators during that time period. And last, the additional elements in 2014. The first of those is this development of national sports structure program, and that's one in which we will have individuals who will come to your federation who are experienced leaders and be with you for a 3 to 6 month period, again, working side by side. Scholarships for athletes, scholarships for young athletes, 2014. And again, same for coaches. And then a FINA officials seminar for swimming in April of 2014, and the World Aquatics Convention, as you heard from Mr. Marculescu this morning, in Doha, Qatar, in connection with the 2014 World Swimming Championships, 25 meters. So, an active program, a program that has served very well for a number of years, a lot of exciting and new opportunities as we go forward in 2013 and 2014. And we continue to try to serve the needs of national federations and those 4 major groups: federation leaders, coaches, officials, and athletes. Always open to your suggestion. My colleagues on the Development Commission are here to learn and listen to you, and hope we can continue to make the program one that is effective and one that really serves your needs. Lastly, as Mr. Elation mentioned, you should find outside in the lobby the development activities booklet, a little bit thinner than the one that you received in Uruguay and a little more concentrated. I didn't try to repeat all of the information from that, but please pick that up and make sure that you then have the opportunity to understand fully the programs take place today and those that will take place in the future. Thanks very much.